And now we're about to bring on a real champion, another defining game changer. She's known as one of the all-time tennis greats, having won 7 Grand Slams in singles and 14 more Grand Slams in doubles, but she didn't stop there. As a founder of her fashion line, 11, CEO of her interior design firm, V Starr Interiors, author and minority investor in the Miami Dolphins. She hit Forbes' top 100 most powerful celebrities, but forget celebrity, most powerful people as far as I'm concerned. Please welcome Venus Williams. Give it up, come on, are you serious? Thank you so much for being here. Oh man, we have so much to talk about in such little time. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I am great, and I am
Let me
blessed.
turn toward you.
So I'm gonna hop right into it. Listen, congratulations, first of all, on the success of King Richard.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The movie was an illustration of course, Black excellence and innovations, and you said, in my home, we weren't allowed just to be athletes. We had to be students, and our dad taught us to be entrepreneurs. Why you decided to tell the story from your father's point of view?
Yes, so I hope you guys got to see the film. My dad and my mom, they're the ones that actually changed the sport. Serena and I were the students, but it just shows who we were as a family, and the story is about a family and a little bit about tennis. And so if you have a family, you really relate to it.
But as you did enter a sport where you and both your sister, as we saw in the movie, faced so many mental challenges, if every day you are just getting beat down or held back, how were you able to find that strength to overcome that?
We don't ask for less challenges, we ask for more skills. So.
Wow. Yeah.
A challenge is an opportunity, and it's all about how you look at it, right? So
Yeah.
is it opportunity to overcome or opportunity to lay down and die? And I'm about to live today. Also, having a strong value and belief system, if you know who you are and you believe in something. We had strong spiritual background, so it made things easier. It's like, all right, well, today is just, there's bigger and better things in store. So that helped us a lot too.
And even as you were at the height of your career, well, then you want to create V Starr Interior Design Firm. Now, we always get held in a box, and of course they're going to be like, oh, you're an athlete, you don't do all that stuff. Why did you do that at the height of your career, and where are you today with it, and tell us about it?
Yeah, so V Starr Interiors is my interior design company, and we do work around the country and outside of the country too, and we mostly do commercial work, so hotels and condominiums or apartments, things like that, sports stadiums, things like that. And outside of tennis and sport, I just love the arts. It makes me happy. And I think an important part of being well and living your dream is being able to do something you love. And to me, that's a definition of wellness, especially in today where we're just diving in so deep on what makes you well, what makes you mentally healthy. And I think that's a part of it. So discovering who I was off the court was a priority for my parents and then a priority for me.
First of all, you're definitely respected there because of your talent, your drive, but domestically, internationally, stadiums, hotels, what was that like trying to get, because somebody who went and had a history of 3 generations of people who in that business will still have a challenge doing that. What did you have to overcome? How long did it take you?
Yeah, definitely. I had a lot to overcome as a woman, as an athlete as well. People definitely put you in a box and they say, well, you should be here. You can't do that. So definitely a lot of barriers into people actually believing that, had the talent and the skills and the team, and that you would be here tomorrow, you know, because these projects go on for years. So if you're working on a project from the very beginning, it might not even happen until 3, 4, 5 years later. Somebody has somewhere to be.
Y'all shaking it at me?
Got to go.
No, I'm good.
But so being able to prove that was a challenge and something I was up for. And it's about building a great team as well, a team that you believe in and a team that believes in you, and being able to be in that together. So definitely not easy. It definitely took years, but it was something I loved and something I believed in, and I just hate quitting. I just couldn't quit, so I had no other choice.
Well, you're doing it again, right? You're doing it with an active work company called 11 by Venus Williams, right? And 11 is anything but a celebrity vanity project. You can give your name to people and they can stamp it on stuff, but you are in there every day, rolling up your sleeves, making sure the product is a representation of you. Why didn't you just lend your name to somebody else? It is a globally recognized name. Why don't you just lend it, license out, take my name, and I'll check in from time to time. We see that happen with a lot of people in your position.
Yeah, you have a point, and I'd have more free time. Sometimes I wonder, like, I should have done that, but it's tired sometimes. But it was really my parents who I felt like I had to make them proud. And looking back now, I realize they were already proud, but I felt like I had to make them proud, and they had such a high standard for us. But it's also very interesting and also very humbling to build a business, because you do make mistakes, and hopefully those mistakes aren't disastrous. And you also learn a lot about yourself as a person, as a manager, as a leader, what to do, what not to do. And hopefully you're also a person that's worth being on a team with and a person worth following. And you have to motivate your team and inspire them, and more than anything, tell them the truth. That's so important too. And the truth can be said nicely, even though it may not be the nicest message. And I think that was one of my biggest lessons. And you definitely tell the truth, because I saw it.
I try. I don't know how many people know or remember that you had to battle to be paid the same prize money as men at Wimbledon. Now, you're one of the first black females to hold an ownership stake in an all-male NFL team, the Miami Dolphins. What do you think is the most important thing that black female athletes coming up in the ranks in sports need to know today?
The most important thing I would say is to know who you are. That's so important. Know who you are, know your history, because when you know your history, you know where you're going. And when you know that, you're empowered too. And you also know what you're up against. Because if you don't know who you are, you're not going to know what you're up against, and it's going to be even harder to face that and to conquer it. And that was the biggest advantage for me, was knowing who I was. And my dad would have us watching like civil rights documentaries. They wanted us to know who we are. My mom celebrated us. We had natural hair. We had beads because my hair's straight right now, but we're literally not allowed to straighten our hair. We were taught to celebrate who we were, celebrate our heritage, celebrate our hair, be firm into who we are. And so that's so important today for young people, even more, with all this pressure to be something else, someone else, fit in, whatever all that stuff is. And the more authentic you are into who, actually, it's a better story, and you will be more successful.
I think that you and your sister and your entire family, it wasn't handed to you. What would you tell people today who are facing adversity, who has the biggest dream in the world, they haven't seen it be accomplished before by maybe a person that looks like them? What's like your North Star to keep saying, I got to keep going. I don't care if it hasn't been done before. I'm going to do it. Because you've done that many, many times and accomplished it. What would you say to somebody here watching?
I would say that write it down. Write down your goals, because then it becomes real. You can always have them in your head, but a thought in your head is an electrical impulse. It's in, it's out, it's past. But when you write it down, it becomes real. It becomes tangible. And just know you will fail, but looking at failure as a lesson and an opportunity instead of a setback or something that you can't overcome.
Do you write it down? And when you write it down, how often do you look at it?
For me, all the time. Of course, with my businesses, we have strategies that we're looking at and reviewing constantly. For my tennis, I have a notebook where I'm writing things down and also meditating on them, meditating on what I want to accomplish. And then it really becomes real, because when you have that exercise in your mind, it's already happened. It's already happened for you. And then when it happens in real life, it's almost like you already had the rehearsal, and then you finally get to the dance and you've done it.
I really wish people don't realize, if you don't write it down and you don't look at it every day, other people are setting goals for you. And that's nothing to clap at, trust me. Where I grew up, and many of us grew up, we were told that we were going to be dead or in jail by 21, and we heard it enough where most of my friends were dead or in jail by 21. You hear, that's never been done in our family before. Oh, you're going to embarrass yourself, you're going to embarrass us. And we allow people to set those goals for us. So we have to be in control of the narrative. We have to keep filling our mind full of, this is where I'm going. I cannot emphasize it enough that goal setting is absolutely important. So thank you for that last.
I agree.
Yeah, please.
I agree. I love what you said there, too, that people will set that goal for you. People will tell you no. And it's nice when someone else believes in you, but it's even better when you believe in yourself.
I want to, first of all, Venus was extremely busy, and she took this time because she wanted to make sure that she was able to share her, her knowledge and all the things that have been going on in her life with you. And I want to make sure that I thank the General Insurance for this game-changer conversation with Venus Williams. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you all.
who you are.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Give it up, Venus.